This episode of Makeup and Movies is rated PG. Parents cautioned, kind of. It's really not that bad.
All right, enough, you broken record, okay?
Hey friends. Welcome. It's Makeup and Movie Day, your favorite day ever that you never know when is coming. So as you can tell from that intro that took me like 2 hours to do, today we're talking about the movie Honey. I'm caving into the peer pressure, and I'm also wearing my Honey shirt. What? I got this on Amazon. It's that material that gives you pit stains, you know, when you're not even hot. What was I saying? Yeah, we're talking about the 2003 dance flick Honey, starring Jessica Alba, Mekhi Phifer, Jadakiss, Genuine, Missy Elliott, and tons of other noteworthy peeps. This movie seems to cause every reaction possible with most people. Tons of people die hard love it. Tons of people absolutely hate and loathe it. Tons of people find it just okay. Which you guys know, a just okay movie is like my thing. I love an okay time. This is one of the #1 most requested movies I've gotten from you guys, and I put it off for a long time. I wasn't sure if I wanted to review it or if I even should, so one night I just put it on just to kind of watch it all the way through. I was like, I'm not gonna take notes, I'm just gonna watch the movie like a regular person. And every single scene I had a thought, and I found myself laughing really hard at my own thoughts, and I was like, okay, we gotta do this. So here we are, we're doing it. Put on your dancing shoes, kids. Let's talk about Honey.
I like that.
What happened to me using this primer every single time I did my makeup? So, the movie opens with Jessica Alba as a bartender, and she's a very, very smiley bartender. I mean, literally, the smiliest. She can't stop smiling. So right off the bat, you know, we're just hit with Jessica Alba's inability to be cool. Which is not a bad thing. Not all of us are cool, you know, but it's just, she's glaringly uncool in this movie. And then we immediately meet Honey's bestie, Gina, who is adorbs. She always has a belly chain, which I was like obsessed with in the early 2000s. I always like fantasized about wearing one, but I just wasn't cool enough. Anyway, Gina comes up to Honey's work from time to time at the club to kind of get free drinks and to do these choreographed dances with her.
Yeah, right on.
When I saw the impromptu choreographed dance, I was like, no, wait a minute, is this a Robert Isco film? But it's actually not. This movie was directed by a pretty young director actually named Billy Woodruff. This was actually his directorial debut as far as films go. He was actually like a choreographer, music video director. I went down a little path about him. I was looking at some of his other works. He did a lot of music videos for Celine, a lot of music videos for Britney. I actually think he did a pretty good job of directing this, given the script he was given and the actors he was given and all that. The only thing he forgot to do is to tell Jessica Alba to stop constantly smiling like a dweeb. So we also meet Katrina in this scene, who kind of plays her like arch nemesis throughout the movie. She's Honey's main competition for what is apparently the only spot as a choreographer slash dancer in this entire city. So the whole time that this dancing is going on, there's this creep up in the loft area with a camcorder. He's up there recording Honey and her incredibly average dance moves. I'm just kidding. She's still better than me, but like they kind of act like she's this outstanding dancer throughout this whole movie, and it's silly. Anyway, this camcorder guy, he's significant, okay? So pay attention. I liked this part because as Honey and Gina are trying to leave the club, they like bump into Katrina. They have a little tiff, you know, and she has some seriously good comebacks.
Be gone.
Woo! 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 I was waiting for her to do like the tic-tac chant, like poof, be gone. Your breath is too strong. Remember that? They step out of the club and Honey continues to be uncool.
Gina, that's my job. You can't be wilding out in there.
Yeah, Gina, you can't be wilding out in there. Everything she says just sounds like a kid trying to be cool. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, they come upon these kids that are in this back alley kind of break dancing and stuff. And we finally get introduced to my two favorite characters, Benny, played by Lil Romeo. I was obsessed with him in middle school. And then Raymond, who is literally the cutest child I've ever seen.
Don't you talk about her.
Oh my God, he's so so cute. They could not possibly have cast anyone cuter.
Okay, cutie.
Anyway, Honey is kind of watching them. She's feeling it. And honestly, I was too. They were really good. I mean, some of the moves looked a little painful. But then this kid comes up and does that shirt trick that we all did in elementary school. And I was like, okay. Actually, you know what? I want to see if I can still do that. You're not the only one with skills, kid. Anyway, the whole scene is just good. The beatboxer's making weird noises. The kiddos are dancing. Honey is trying to be cool again, but she just can't. So she ends up inviting these kids to take like her hip hop classes that she teaches at the center.
I teach hip hop at the center.
And I just love their reaction. They're like, haha, the center? How laughable. Cutie wants to come at least.
I'll come. Okay, cutie.
He's always the nicest and the cutest. So anyway, the cops come up and yell at the kids for doing literally nothing, and everybody runs away. So then we cut over to Honey just kind of taking a stroll, and I loved this scene because I loved the fashion. I mean, I love all the fashion in this movie. It's very early 2000s, but in particular, I loved these guys because literally all my best friends in middle school dressed exactly like this. You know, it was always a basketball or like a sports jersey of some sort, and then the real blingy, we called it ice. When I was that age, I had forgotten about that combo, and there was nothing cooler to me. Anyway, these guys drop their money, and again, Jessica Alba delivers her line in just the most uncool way.
You dropped your paper.
Oh, good looking out, honey.
She's real smiley. You dropped your paper. In fact, everybody's real smiley in this scene. What a neat time. Are you guys having a neat time? So Honey heads up to the center where she teaches her hip hop class, but before they start dancing, she does a nifty shirt trick. You know what? Let me see if I can do that. Just kidding. Nobody panic. Anyway, this young lady falls, and Jessica Alba's like, look, no matter what, you just have to keep counting. Watch this.
And 2, 3, and 4.
Duh. Why couldn't you turn your fall into a cool slidey move? Everybody's high-fiving her. I feel like there was high fives and congratulatory stuff after literally every dance move in this movie. I feel like they spent more time all high-fiving each other than actually dancing. But anyway, I kind of felt like she threw her little student under the bus right there. Like, do you need to use your student's fall as an opportunity to show off your slidey move? She's proud of herself. She's like, you know what? Let's throw that move in after the clap.
Let's throw that in after the clap.
And then they all immediately get the move on the first try because this is an early 2000s teen dance flick. So then we have the pleasure of meeting Honey's mom, who is kind of at the center of one of like 1,000 side plots in this movie, being that she just wishes Honey would stop teaching hip hop and do ballet.
Hip hop can't take you the places ballet can.
No, yeah, the ballet takes people way further in life. Anyway, it just kind of establishes that the dad is super supportive and the mom is not. More on that later. Her parents drive her to this video audition. She's a little bit late, so she gets stuck at the back of the line with this girl. She finally gets her turn, and they tell her that she can't audition because she's unsigned. Like, she's just an independent contractor, I guess. I don't know, I was trying to pay attention, but I really couldn't. I was distracted by this person's bowl cut. So she heads back to work at one of her other jobs at Crazy Lou's record store. And she sees Missy Elliott on TV, and she's like, check it.
Check it.
Jessica. Please stop. Anyway, she's just kind of lamenting. She's like, you know, I should be up there doing it. That's her dream, you know, to be a backup dancer in music videos, and it's not being realized. Are you guys getting it so far? 0 out of these 3 jobs are what she really wants to do with her life. So then we cut over to this company called Ellis Productions, owned by this character, Michael Ellis, played by David Moscow, who you may recognize from the movie Big. Totally different character in this movie. Anyway, over at his production company, I got real excited because look what's on this computer screen. That's my wall art in my dining room. I'm obsessed with that image, that 90s glitch image. I love it. Anyway, I promise I'm gonna get to the point of this part, but first I just want to point out how dizzy this part made me. It happened several times throughout this movie. The camera guy had some sort of weird frame rate or something, I don't know, but it's just real like jumpy. It's like, anyway, remember Camcorder Creep from earlier? So it turns out he is the guy who videotapes people without their knowledge and then brings it to this video producer, Michael. That's how he finds his dancers and choreographers. Anyway, he of course sees the video footage of Honey and he's like, who is that girl with those incredibly average dance moves? So he goes to her work at the club and approaches her. And at first she like doesn't really know who he is. She kind of tells him to buzz off, but Gina recognizes him. And this is just totally random, but this camera angle threw me off so bad at this part. Because I thought that lady's arm was Gina's, and so I thought Gina's arm was like up here, and I thought this fist came out of nowhere, like to give Michael a fist bump. Took me a few times. Anyway, Michael invites Honey to Ellis Studios to audition for a Jadakiss music video. And Honey's response is incredibly uncool.
I'll give you a call.
Wait, that reminds me of another movie we've done.
Give me a call.
Oh yeah. Debbie. They may as well have cast Debbie.
Give me a call.
Kids, we're gonna take a little break. I need some water. And when we come back, Mekhi Phifer is going to save this movie for us. BRB. Hey, I forgot to tell you guys that I'm using this. So back at the center, we finally get to meet Honey's love interest, Chaz. Like I said, he's played by Mekhi Phifer, and he is kind of the only good actor in this movie. I don't know, maybe not the only one, but he stood out to me as kind of helping me to not lose interest, you know? And it was interesting in that behind the scenes video I saw, it kind of sounded like Jessica Alba was the one who really wanted him to play her love interest. She was kind of pushing for it.
When I read Honey, I was like, you know, we have to get Mekhi Phifer. He's the only person that could be my leading man in this movie.
I wonder if they had a thing. I digress. So, cut over to Cutie. Cutie's roaming the streets all by himself looking for his brother Benny. You know, Lil Romeo. Anyway, he finds Benny. Benny's at this weird little store with his friends, and he's like, look, Raymond, you can't be here, okay? Walk home alone. I'm sorry, who's gonna walk Cutie home? Why is nobody walking with Cutie? Bothers me. Well, anyway, we find out in this scene that the reason Benny sent Cutie home was because he's kind of getting involved in some shady stuff. They kind of show some sort of like a drug deal going down. It just establishes that Benny is ever so slowly getting in with the wrong crowd. Yet another side plot. Meanwhile, Honey shows up for her Jadakiss music video audition, and the second she walks in, this clipboard lady just instantly knows she's a dancer.
Dancer, right? Okay.
And also tells her that she's gonna get paid like time and a half or something, and I was like, wait, isn't this supposed to be an audition? Do dancers get paid for auditions in the music world? Because that would be cool. But I actually think it was just a plot hole. Anyway, she gets to hair and makeup, which is essentially just straightening her hair and dousing her with oil. And she's ready for her close-up. She walks out onto the set later than everyone else for some reason. She's always later than everyone else. But that's okay because she immediately learns the dance moves within 5 literal seconds. It reminded me so much of the movie Burlesque. You know, when Christina Aguilera is carrying the trays and she's like watching him on stage, learning it. That's talent. Our friend Michael is there. He is directing, and he feels like the choreography is too choreographed.
The girls look too choreographed.
It is a choreographed dance, Michael. He looks over, he spots Honey, who's practicing hard. She's 3-4ing it under her breath, like 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. She does that throughout the whole movie. 3, 4, 3, 4. Anyway, when Michael sees her, he's like, oh, I have the solution. You get up there, Honey, with your average moves and show all these 100% qualified dancers how it's done. I also liked how the lady was like, take 5, take a break. Take it from the top.
Take 5.
All right, fellas, let's take a break. Take it from the top.
Which is it? So Honey gets up there. She attempts to do those moves she learned 5 seconds ago, and immediately Michael's like, no! Come on, Honey. You've been at this for 5 seconds. How do you not have it yet? Michael's like, let me try something. And they have this really weird exchange.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
So he tells Honey that she needs to freestyle. And guys, sometimes freestyle dancing makes me so uncomfortable. Like, I get nervous. Like, are they gonna do good? I would be terrible. But she totally nails it. She does her slidey move from earlier, and they're like, that's it. And you know what? That slidey move, that was the defining moment of her career. It launches her into the world of fame and fortune as a music video choreographer. She starts making money. She takes her friends out to like a fancy dinner, tells them to order whatever they want. Things are looking up. Gina makes it weird. That literally hurts my neck to watch. Anyway, the point of this scene is to A, show that they are planning Gina's big birthday party. It's significant. And B, they see Honey on TV in the Jadakiss video, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my god, I'm watching the movie Glitter. The plots are crazy similar, okay? Michael's like Dice, Honey's like Billy. There you have it. So over at that weird little store that Benny hangs out at, Cutie sees Honey on TV, and I'm gonna talk about it, but I want to pause for a second, talk about what kind of store this is, okay? I see a lot of stuff. I see a colorful tote, a kite, some flags, some like skincare products, Fatback TV. Where are they? I know this movie was filmed in Canada, so any Canadians out there, please tell me what type of store this is. Anyway, so Benny is watching and he recognizes his own move that he taught Honey. And he's like, that's my move. He's super proud, as he should be. And it just kind of gets his wheels turning, you know? He's just kind of starting to feel like, all right, maybe Honey's hip hop class isn't that lame. She's got some street cred now. So he heads over to her studio and she's outside and he kind of jokingly asks her, he's like, look, are you gonna cut me a check for my move you stole? And Honey straight up lies.
I haven't even got a check for it yet.
Okay, first of all, we already know that you got paid, right? You were bragging about it at that dinner you went to. Anyway, Benny and Cutie are at the center to take Honey's hip hop class, and she's like, I can't do it. Joey's gonna fill in for me today. Because her career is like starting to pop off, you know? She's got more music videos to do. So this is kind of the beginning of another side plot where you start to see that as she gets really famous and rich, she starts letting people in her life down. And also, just as a critical side note, if you can't teach your class, why are you at the center anyway? Go do your little video shoot. So we get a little montage. I love montages. Honey's just grinding away, making music videos, making some big checks. Things are going well. Her pug has a frog attached to him. She actually ends up meeting Genuine and getting hired to do his next music video choreography. She's got a banana pony. Things are looking up. I wonder if they'll stay this way. So the next scene, it just really grinded my gears. Honey runs into Cutie outside of Chaz's barbershop, and Cutie tells her that his mom said he has to change his hair.
Your mama's right about that.
No. Why do you gotta make Cutie feel like his adorable natural hair is anything other than adorable? We don't need to change Cutie. We just need to walk him home. Anyway, they decide to give him some braids, and while he's in there with Mekhi Phifer, I finally got like my first actual laugh.
You see that guy right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he has a stupid looking face and everything, but...
And then this part's kind of weird. I'm sure you guys who are probably smarter than me will get it, but I did not get it. He like mistakes, or assumes I should say, that Honey is Raymond's mom. And her response, I don't get it.
He's 8. That would make me 14. I'm not that kind of girl.
Why would being his mom make you 14? Can someone explain that to me? Anywho, he gets his hair done. She walks him home. Finally, someone walked him home. And we meet Benny and Raymond's mom, who they really kind of try to vilify and like make her out to be this evil person. You know, it just kind of shows that their home life is a little bit stressful. So later on, Honey is choreographing another music video, but she's lacking inspo. Michael agrees. He's like, look, it's missing something. You need to fix it.
Fix it.
So she goes to watch some kids play basketball and like jump rope and stuff. And she gets super inspired. She's like, these moves are hot. 3, 4 and under a breath. 3, 4, 3, 4. She kind of dances her way back to the set and she's like, yo, peep these dance moves. Here's a jump ropey move. Here's a basketball move. The dancers are all amazed. Everyone's amazed at everything she does. But for real, the dance moves in this movie are kind of sick. Like, I wasn't totally sure about the jump rope move and stuff, but it turns out I just needed to see someone other than Honey do it. I am so shaky today. Look how wiggly that is. Nicholas? Oh, I got it. So one day, Honey steps out of her apartment to see Raymond waiting for her on the front steps. And he tells Honey that Benny has not been in school. Remember, guys, he's kind of like going down the wrong path. And Honey's like, all right, let's go get him. So Honey and Raymond are searching around town and they finally spot Benny heading into a restaurant. So they cross the street in the pouring rain. And apparently during the time it took for them to cross the street, Benny had time to sit down, look at the menu, order his food, wait for his food, get his food, and start eating it. He's a speed eater. Anyway, I don't know exactly what happened. Benny has like a bloody lip. He obviously got involved in something he shouldn't have been involved in. But also, Honey tells the kids that they like can't go home. I literally think I missed something even though I watched it twice.
You guys can't go back to that apartment for a while.
We can go to my Uncle Jesse's.
Everywhere you look.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Something happened. So Honey's trying to help him, and little Romeo's like, why do you care? And Honey is pretty offended. She's like, I care because you're a good kid. So it's not like you're around. You don't even teach anymore. Why don't you just roll out? Okay, can I just interject for a second? Benny, you literally came to her class once and acted like it was super lame, la la la. Anyway, Honey's like, all right, fine. Well, I guess I have to find someone else to help me out with Tweet's music video. Remember Tweet? That was a slap. Yeah, Honey was hired to do her music video choreography, so she tells Benny that if he gets his butt to school every day, that he can come to Tweet's music video shoot, which he does, and it is pretty epic. First thing I like about the Tweet video shoot is that Tweet straight up just ignores Honey's choreography. She's like, now Tweet, when you come down, just work your arms, okay? Like this. And Tweet's just like, nah, that's trash. I'm gonna descend in a regular way. I also liked all the backup dancers. The backup dancers were neato. They got neato outfits. Half the time the dancers are literally just standing still, like in one spot. Where were you on that one, Honey? So later on, Honey pitches this idea to Michael. She's like, yo, Michael, for Genuine's music video, what if he was surrounded in kids instead of the usual gaggle of saucy women? Michael agrees. He's like, yeah, good idea. He's eating his sushi, you know. And Honey's super excited. She runs and tells her kids that they get a chance to be in Genuine's new music video. Everybody's excited, especially this girl. She's super excited. It was a wholesome little side plot, you know. I thought it was a good idea. But then Honey's walking home one day and she gets stopped by this bad guy, BB. BB's like involved with the shady people that Benny is involved with, you know? And he's like, hey, we haven't seen Benny around in a while, you know? He's too busy dancing at your dance studio. He needs to be with us doing shady stuff. Tell him that we're looking for him. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So he gets in her face like, you think he's about to do something violent, but then Chaz walks up and saves the day. Anyway, the main reason I'm including this scene in my review was because I got a kick out of the camera angle. It is literally the closest camera angle I think I've ever seen in a movie. I was just positive that at any point someone's breath was gonna like fog up the camera lens. For some reason I wish Trish was in this scene.
When you're tired of nickel and diamond, just give me a holler. I'm gonna hook you up.
You know what, young man? I don't like your tone.
Anyway, like a true gentleman, Chaz walks Honey home, but she falls up the stairs. Okay, side note, why does every woman in every movie I review fall up or down the stairs? What is that? So a few nights later, Honey and Chaz finally go on a date. They're out and about on the town, and Chaz is like, come here, I gotta show you something. And I was all excited. I was like, okay, what's he gonna show her? You know, sensual music starts playing.
Stop it then.
You know, all signs are pointing to him showing her something super romantic, right? Wrong. He just took her to his barber shop that she was already at. For some reason, the way I said that just now reminded me.
I had fun tonight, even though you took me to the carnival that I was already at.
They get super deep with their conversation.
We should change the subject. What's your favorite color?
How come you...
What the heck? She didn't even answer. I would have answered.
Listen, this is bad date talk. We should change the subject. What's your favorite color?
I don't know. I think maybe like poop green. What? You asked. So guys, Honey's dance studio, which is actually owned by her mom, by the way, I don't know. The studio gets like broken. There's a pipe burst, there's a leak. Long story short, they can't dance there anymore. So Honey needs like a new place for her dance studio. So she finds this other property for sale that she says would be perfect for a dance studio for the entire neighborhood.
For the whole neighborhood.
Dream bag. She just killed me at this part after she finds the potential studio because she like smile walks away. Am I harping too much on her smiling? There's nothing wrong with smiling, I don't know. So she goes to the bank to see if she can buy this property, and she doesn't have enough money, so she makes the bank this very strange offer. She says that she'll put half the deposit down now if the bank will agree to keep this property off the market for a month while she like collects the other half of the down payment. Not something I thought you could do, but the bank's like, yeah, it's a deal. They pretty much refer to this property as a terrible property on a terrible block.
Just an empty storefront on a bad block.
So I guess they're just willing to like do whatever to get someone to buy it. I don't know. Guys, don't get too excited because things are about to go south in the most cliche conflict you could have ever imagined. When we come back. So Honey's kids are auditioning for the Genuine music video. It looks super fun. Joey claps weird. Is it just me or does Joey clap weird? Anyway, and afterwards, Michael informs Honey that they have a meeting later that night that she had no idea about. And she's like, ooh, yeah, see, I can't. I'm going to Atlantic City. Because if you'll remember, it's Gina's big birthday bash, okay? Her best friend. Well, Michael just flat out tells her she is not going to Atlantic City.
No, you are not.
Wait a second. Why did that thing jiggle back there?
No, you are not.
Anyone else see that? Well, guys, turns out Michael's a liar and a sleaze, and it's not a meeting at all. It's just some sort of like sleazy black and white party. He totally manipulates Honey into attending it. He's like, oh, you want to go to Atlantic City?
Which will always be there?
With friends that you'll always have instead of going to the hottest party in town with me? 150% yes. Is what I wish she said. She's got to do what's best for her career. She goes ahead and goes to this party, during which Michael acts like a total sleaze. He comes onto her real aggressively. I like how they set up that he was gonna come onto her. She has her back turned, and when she turns to face him, he's like posed all creepily. Has that ever worked for any guy? Anyway, again, he's a total sleaze. He like tries to open mouth her nose or something. Betty had sushi breath. I'm getting to that point where I physically can't make my eyebrows look good because they're so bushy. As you can imagine, he just becomes a big tool. He slaps the pool balls. So the following Monday is the actual Genuine music video shoot. We've had the audition. It's time for the shoot. The kids are adorable. Genuine's feeling it. Joey's clapping weird again.
Stop it. Get some help.
And then Michael pulls up in his limo super late. And I'm pretty sure you can see like the camera rolly thing in the reflection of the limo. But anyway, the guy who lets him out of the car, he's like, we're ready for rehearsal, sir.
We're ready for a rehearsal, sir.
Even though they've been rehearsing the whole time. And you know, Michael's butt hurt, you guys. He sits down and watches the whole rehearsal for literally 1.5 seconds. He's like, nah, cut. These kids suck. Get rid of these kids. I got someone else in mind. Guess who he has in mind? Katrina. You know what's weird? According to IMDb, this movie is actually based on this actress Lorianne Gibson's real story. So I couldn't help but wonder why they didn't just use her to play the main character. I guess people don't typically play themselves in movies, but I don't know. I just kept getting this feeling that Jessica Alba should not have been cast as the lead. Nothing against Jessica Alba, it didn't work, you know? And then I learned that actually the original person who was supposed to play Honey was Aaliyah, but she tragically passed like before they could start filming. So it makes a little more sense, but how did we go from Aaliyah to Jessica Alba? I don't know. Anyway, the point of all this is because Michael was so like butthurt and embarrassed that Honey rejected him, he's able to somehow just get her blacklisted in like the whole music video industry. No one will hire her now as the choreographer because Michael ruined her reputation. Or at least that's like what they lead you to believe is the reason she can't get jobs, but I kind of felt like it was maybe this. Gotta stop that. So while all this bad stuff is happening for Honey, bad stuff is also happening for Benny. You know, the kids essentially got fired from the Genuine music video, so Benny goes back to his like life of crime. He does a drug deal with what ends up being an undercover cop. He gets arrested, and by arrested I mean the cop like flashes his badge, grabs his arm, and makes a meanie face. Is it just me, or is that kind of an odd way to apprehend someone? Because now he has to keep his grip on Benny and like open the car door at the same time. In addition to all the bad stuff happening, Honey also realizes without the money from the Genuine video shoot, she's not going to be able to pay the rest of the deposit for that property nobody wants. Gina gets mad at her. Everything is just looking down. Not even a cool pose against a cool brick wall with cool lighting can fix it. She finally thinks of a solution to get the money. She's like, you know what? If I can't borrow it, I can't earn it, I can't steal it, I'll raise it by putting on like a benefit performance. By the way, just out of curiosity, why doesn't she have $17,000? That was the down payment the bank needed for her to buy the property she wants.
17,000 down, yes.
If she made $9 grand from her first video shoot where she barely did anything, I can only imagine she was making a lot more with each video shoot. We've seen her do at least like 5, so. Plus she has like 82 other jobs. Record store, club, dance instructor. Where's all your money, honey? I don't get it. Anyway, Chaz has the solution, okay? Chaz has a solution of where she can hold this benefit dance. He knows a guy who knows a guy, and he says that there's this old abandoned church that's soon going to be converted into an office space.
It used to be a church, but in 3 weeks they converted it into office space, so.
What? This place is gonna be an office space? This abandoned church that's full of barrels for some reason? That makes sense. Anyway, Chaz totally sold her on it.
It's dirty, it's old.
I'll take it.
And they get to work on the benefit dance. We get a cool montage. Only part of the montage that's cool is Joey. Meanwhile, Benny is in prison. Honey goes to visit him and she's like, look, you're selling yourself short. You're in with the wrong crowd. When you get out, I want you to come hang out with me. So, you know, he's considering it a little bit. I actually liked this message. You know, she is giving these kids something to do, something to put their mind to keep them away from, you know, doing things they shouldn't do. It's wholesome. Well then, side plot, Michael is about to do a video shoot with Missy Elliott. And he's like, here, Missy Elliott, and here's your choreographer, Katrina. And Missy Elliott is like weirdly mean about it. She's like, no, I want Honey.
I said I want Honey.
Why did they have to act like Honey was just this exponentially better dancer than everybody else in this movie? Especially at this part, they just go out of their way to make Katrina's dance moves so obnoxious.
What is this? Look, let me.
So Michael obviously realizes he made a huge mistake because all the celebrities only want Honey and her average dance moves. So to get her to come back to work for him, he offers to buy her little dance studio.
I could buy your little dance studio.
But she says no, you know, he blew it. She's got dignity. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of loved her character by the end of the movie.
I don't want your money.
I'm rooting for you, Honey. Back at rehearsal, Honey wants the kids to pump it up.
Let's pump it up.
I'm not cool either. Benny got out of juvie. He's there ready to dance. In fact, he like taught all the kids this super cool 8 count before Honey even got there, which she immediately learns after watching once. Got real excited because I feel like this little girl kind of looks like me. Like we could I could be her mom. Anyway, finally it's the night of the benefit. Honey's kind of going around the audience talking to people. Gina shows up with the bank lady she invited. The bank lady. Honey gets up on stage to thank everybody and wait a minute, are you wearing jeans? Because literally 5 seconds ago in the audience you were wearing a denim miniskirt. Billy, we're lacking continuity here, kids. Anyway, the big performance finally happens. It's 1 song long. I'm not gonna lie, it was wildly entertaining. It was so good, you guys. I looked and looked and looked for something to make fun of, and I really can't make fun of the performance at all, besides maybe Joey. I'm kidding. Joey did a great job too. Raymond and Benny straight up kill it. Their mom's in the audience, like ecstatic, which I thought was a really sweet addition. Honey gets a thumbs up from the banker. Because that's how business works. So much was said during that tiny little interaction. I liked your performance so much that you get the property. Really? For real? Yep, you totally nailed it. It's all just working out so good. Even Missy Elliott shows up after insulting her limo driver.
Big dummy, I'm a straight barbecue, yo, Big Bird looking.
Big Bird? I can't say I've ever heard Big Bird as an insult. So this is technically the end, like the movie's over, but we get a whole nother movie during the ending credits. And it was exciting because we also get a cameo appearance from Black. Remember Black? Oh baby, bring it all to me, bring it on. I was obsessed. Anyway, Missy Elliott is like introducing Black to Honey so that Honey can be Black's choreographer, I guess, for this music video they're shooting. I've said choreographer a lot of times, but Missy grinded my gears a little bit here. Watch what she does.
So they need some, you know, hot stuff, some food pop, you know.
No, Missy. Remember, you don't like those moves.
What is this.
Again, we're lacking continuity. Anyway, Honey's ready to like teach Black her moves. She's like, all right, girls, come on over. I hear your record's hot.
I heard your record's hot.
The amount of things that she says are hot in this movie is preposterous.
That was hot. Your flavor's hot. The flavor's hot. I heard your record's hot.
Anyway, the girls from Black line up with Honey. They immediately know her choreography. And then it's over. Guys, that was a wild ride. I feel like it was like 10 movies in one. So many dramatic side plots. We have Honey's like rags to riches, rise and fall plot. We have Honey's friends and the kids and everybody feeling like she has changed and abandoned them. We have her unsupportive mom who weirdly like wants her to do ballet instead of hip hop. We have her sleazeball manager who loves her and then ruins her life. We have the rivalry between Honey and Katrina. We have the romance between her and Mekhi Phifer. And then there's the bank situation. Will they put the building nobody wants back on the market before she has time to raise the money? It's too much. There's too many movies in this movie. Let's look up some fun facts, shall we? The budget for this movie was $18 million, which is less than the movie Long Shot. Weird, right? Opening weekend, it brought in $12.8 million, but the gross worldwide was $62,228,395. It's a really good income. The reviews were like killed me. I've never seen so many just okay reviews from any movie I've reviewed, I feel like, in this series. 80% of the reviews were about Jessica Alba's looks, which is annoying, but I get it. She's obviously super beautiful. My phone just died! Oh. I want to read you my favorite review, but it was on my phone, so I'm gonna have to do it in a voiceover. If only they had remembered to include a plot. This movie, if the director had cut out all of the acting and concentrated on 90 minutes of music videos, it would be immensely more entertaining. Miss Alba was at the screening I attended and admitted she did not know how to dance prior to being signed for the movie. This was very evident in the movie when she was surrounded by actual dancers. The plot was extremely contrived and is full of ethnic stereotypes, from the evil black drug dealer to the rich white yuppie drug buyer. Jessica Alba repeatedly stumbles over ethnic slang that predominates the dialogue. I'm not a very well-spoken person. Some people word things better, and I feel like that review was kind of the one that I was agreeing with the most. What do you guys think? I feel like there has to be strong feelings from you guys as my viewers, because so many of you wanted me to review this so bad. I want to hear what you think about it. So thanks again for being here. Let me know what you want me to do next. I hope you had fun, and if you didn't have fun, I hope you had an okay time. And I will see you in the next one. You do this. Cameron D and Destiny, Charlie's Angels, come on. Tell me how you feel about it. Oh, itchy, 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 itchy. I got itchies. You got them so.
Ew, look at my hair. Sick. Look at my sideburns. Gross.
Don't make it weird.
Come here.
No.
Let me see your face. Yada 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 yada.
This drink's got some gummy, 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 gummies. She kills me at this part. Oh. If the bank will agree to keep this property off, if the bank will agree to keep this property off, if the bank will agree to keep this at times debating telling you that I've had it with you in your career. Me and the rest of the family here singing, where'd you go? My favorite part of this whole movie was actually one of the outtakes where Jessica Alba slaps David Moscow way too hard.
Sorry. I almost lost consciousness.
I don't much like your tone.